hear about it? Jump
I watched basically the entire game. Yeah,
on. Sure.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
watch
good game.
first kickoff. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was low key rooting for both teams at some point. Mostly because
I thought you were a Niners fan, Solomon. That's
oh
crazy.
yeah, for sure, for sure. No, this is strictly for fantasy football purposes. Like I was up 6 points. No, I was down 6 points. He had Josh Jacobs. I had Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens defense. Going into that night, it should have been an extremely easy win. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this. I'm like, it's a quarterback and a defense versus a running back. Only 6 points to gain. No problem. And then Lamar Jackson ended up looking like, I mean, Derek Carr was definitely the better quarterback, even though he only completed like 3 passes over 20 yards. But
Those
I
passes,
honestly think
those passes counted. Those are huge passes, though.
counted. I think that was more than Lamar Jackson. I mean, I wouldn't say that, but like, it just looked like Lamar Jackson couldn't convert a third down. And when it came down to it, Josh Jacobs got 2 of them tugs. And so I literally lost on the very last kick of the game. But not only the last kick of the game, I was actually up by
You talking about that? You talking about that field goal, that 55-yard field goal?
Yeah, the field goal actually kept me in the game because I was actually losing. And if he missed it, that game would have been over and I would have lost. So I was actually really happy.
Are you talking about the point after attempt?
I'm talking about like the OT where that pick, like after the Raiders were at the 1 yard line due to that PI and were unable to convert at the half-yard line, that play, and then Lamar Jackson had the chance to take it down the field. I personally, at the time, because the Ravens got the pick, I was up by 1.5 points. I was solid. And then I thought the game was over. Like, there is no possible way I lose this game.
You got the 99% certainty that you win on the Yahoo.
As if you didn't watch the game, about 4 to 5 plays later, Lamar Jackson fumbled the ball on a designed run play. Second fumble of the game, literally in his own half during the second half of OT. The craziest part was I was actually still up after he fumbled. I was up by 0.08 points. The fucked up part was I had the Ravens defense. And so when that boy won the ticket, literally on a 2nd and 9, the Raiders were so stupid to run that first play. They were like, let's run a play. And they were like, oh shit, it's literally a chip shot and we could win the game right now. But when he lined up, hits it, and that's it. It's 1 point off my team's defense. So I drop a point.
Damn, lose by 0.2.
Oh, that was.
I thought they won on a touchdown.
No, they won on a field goal. Oh, they did win on a touchdown. I'm tripping.
Yeah, they went on a touchdown, bro.
It was a 4th and 1. Was it a 4th and 1 or what? What was it?
No,
they were just on a blitz. It was on a blitz.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
No, but regardless, my defense dropped points, which is the reason why I lost the game. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely dropped points on that play because that was
because they lined up for an all-out blitz.
Yeah, they did.
They were really all up on that line because Derek Carr was not throwing deep. He wasn't even looking deep. And I think they just bet during OT, during like an important part of the game, he wouldn't look deep, but there was nobody. And Baltimore was showing that frequently, late in the 3rd, in the 4th, and in OT. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good game. Let's switch over to hoops though. Y'all was talking about John Wall is supposed to get traded. Mike, who do you think John Wall should get traded to? What team?
Shit. I don't know, man. Like he doesn't really, I mean, he's not going to be like a large impact player, I feel like, anymore. Like, I guess this like injury has kind of ravaged him. He's not quite as explosive as he used to be. So he's going to kind of fall into more of a like kind of how like Derrick Rose's role is, I feel like now. So like he's definitely like a solid point guard that you can have on your team, but like I just don't know who really needs him like that. Like where he could like fit into a team and then make them like a contender, like if he's like the last piece. Um so yeah, I mean, I don't know how many teams are really needing a point guard right now. Um
Yeah, you definitely have to
but
go somewhere where they already have a point guard. So like you talked about Derrick Rose, he needs to be in a place where there's like also like a Kemba there now. You know,
so
like
so oh go ahead.
now just say he can't, like you're saying, he can't do it for extended minutes. So but you need that high level play, all-star level play from your point guard.
Yeah. And so actually, so in relation to the Kyrie trade rumors, like if Brooklyn were to trade Kyrie for John Wall and then like, I don't know, like one of the young Houston stars, like the young and upcoming stars, like I feel like that could benefit Brooklyn in the aspect that like they don't just have three guys that are just gonna, hog the ball the whole time. They can have more of like a pass first point guard that can just let KD and Harden cook. But that's if the trade rumors are true coming out of Brooklyn.
Why would
Um,
they? So you think that would be a good idea? Because Harden was doing such a great job being the pass first point guard for them. I thought last season, like he sort of took that role.
He
He was
is
like,
he is the point guard on that team.
right, and he was
yeah,
like,
but I mean, like we all know how great of a scorer James Harden is. Like I just feel like that doesn't serve his game being like pass first.
Yep.
Like he needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be attacking. He needs to be shooting his step back threes. Like because like as we saw like in the playoffs when he's playing like that passive role, like he just looks like lost out there and um doesn't really fit him like when it comes to crunch time.
Mhm.
do you
So
feel like this playoffs that was more of his role on the team and like the higher level of intensity, like he can't do as much as what he might have been doing in the regular season as a point guard, or was it the fact that he was injured? Because he was pretty injured, he's pretty banged up in that series against Milwaukee.
yeah, I guess like what was his injury? Hamstring.
Something like that. It was really
Yeah.
debilitating. You could tell like he couldn't move as fast. I mean, that's a good point. Like he's not really a threat. Like you're more like you could cheat off of the pass if you know that that's what he's trying to do. But I don't know. It seems like it should work like in Brooklyn, like no matter what they do. I don't think John Wall is an upgrade
I
over
mean, he's
Kyrie.
definitely not an upgrade, but what I'm saying is like you can get like two solid role players in exchange for like two or three solid role players in exchange for a superstar, in that now you have two superstars and then like a super depth on your team to especially like last throughout the playoffs, because you also have to consider Kyrie is also very injury prone. um he and he I don't know, he has like whatever his reasons are, he does have like, he has times where he feels like he shouldn't play or doesn't want to play. um so like if you trade him, like you don't necessarily have to deal with the that aspect of what Kyrie comes with.
True. And it just depends on who cares the most about that. Like if KD doesn't really care about that and prefers to have him on his team, but Steve Nash is like, dang, that really sucks that he does that whenever.
Yeah,
Um,
like you lose your point guard like in a crucial game out of nowhere for whatever reason. Like
I don't think they'll risk making KD unhappy though. I think they'll just deal with it to make sure
mm.
that KD's happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I doubt they'll actually trade him, just because he already said like if they trade him, he's gonna retire. That's what came out of the trade rumor. So essentially any team that would be interested in him, like now they're not going to have interest because he said he's just going to give it up.
Oh, who said that?
Kyrie. Yeah, he said if they trade him, he's retiring.
Yo, that man is genius, bro. He has his third eye is wide open.
Yeah, so he's playing him. He's playing.
This is real life chess, bro.
He's playing the league like a fiddle.
This is like literally moving the queen around, like wherever he wanted to go.
I mean, and that's dope though that he's like utilizing like his power as a player.
Power.
Like
that is
like
real
he's
power.
He's like, I played this game like, and I can just stop on a dime if that's what y'all want. So
that's cold. That's so cold.
No,
I mean, he's already rich. Like, you don't need like.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, like there's no NBA teams that are gonna like try to hang money over him.
He's got his championship. Like,
wow. That's tight.
Oh my gosh! Now
Kyrie. We should be
Kyrie.
talking about John Wall then, right? We shouldn't be talking about Kyrie if that's the case.
Yeah.
I never thought that was. I mean, fantasy. You know what I'm saying? But let's get straight to the podcast. So, this is the Mostly Bullshitting podcast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Solomon.
And this is the weekly catch up between three former college roommates where we get together, we talk about sports, life, politics, the news, etc., etc. We go into depth about its nuances, its intricacies, and its implications. However, mostly we're just bullshitting. So every week we start with Mike on a topic. Mike, what's your topic for today?
So I think a few days ago or over the weekend, the Met Gala was held. I still don't really know what the point of the event is, but with the Met Gala comes quite a bit of celebrity worship and people, and I like, it's totally fine to admire a celebrity, to kind of like look to him for inspiration, but I feel like there is a limit to what that should be. And I think that, some people end up taking it like a little too far, to like anytime the celebrity, like to where their beliefs need to line up exactly with their favorite celebrity in order to like for them to feel connected to the celebrity. And I feel like it kind of gets out of hand sometimes. For example, we had Nicki Minaj wasn't at the Met Gala, but she recently sent off some tweets talking about the COVID-19 vaccine.
It was actually, not to cut you off, Mike, it was actually related to why she couldn't go to the Met Gala because you have to be
vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly. So like, and
so like
vaccinated
to go to the Met Gala.
Correct.
Yeah, and so like Nicki sent out a tweet in response saying why she wasn't vaccinated, and it was related to her cousin or somebody in Trinidad who got the vaccine and then his nuts got swollen. Yeah, go ahead.
We don't want to
just to give it justice, you know what I'm saying? So
we don't want to misquote nobody.
Per Nicki Minaj at Nicki Minaj on Twitter, my cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and his testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision and not bullied. Not bullied.
Damn.
Yeah.
Called off the wedding.
You want to see one of the comments I see to it though?
Yeah, go ahead.
She called off the wedding.
Your cousin's friend probably just picked up an STD.
Yeah, like going. I mean, that would make sense. Or he he got injected with some shit that wasn't the actual vaccine.
Bro, I don't know.
I don't know what he got injected with.
The reach, it was, I don't even think it is Nicki Minaj. If Nicki Minaj came out being like anti-vax, maybe it will have some backlash to it. But the way it kind of came out to the world, hilarious.
Nobody was asking for that take. is the idea.
It's better than any stand-up routine a comedian can come up with. Like, cause she's saying this dead ass.
What if it is dead ass? Is it that funny for real? I mean, I don't know. Like,
I mean, if it's actually real, I mean, okay, just okay. So really quickly, the Trinidad and Tobago Ministry of Health have officially shut down this claim. They have researched and shut down this complaint, or the claim that the COVID vaccine will swell your testicles. It's not it, but however, I can't vouch personally. I don't know who comprises of the Ministry of Health of Trinidad and Tobago, but I think they were just covering their bases. But even if it was true, it's the funniest shit I've heard. Because it's like the one case, you know, of like how many vaccines were delivered. Is there like an underground community of people with swollen testicles who are like, thank God there's a spokesperson for all of us.
Like one in like 20 million men get
it's gonna be that commercial. Yo, have you been affected by the COVID-19 vaccine? If you have developed the following symptoms,
swollen testicles,
please reach out at this toll-free 1-800 number or scan this QR code. Like, it's done. I personally can't take it seriously because there's not been a previous case, in all honesty. That's kind of how I look at it. I really can't see this being real.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not. I can't say if it's not real or not. But
it's like but if you understand, you're saying this would be the first known case, and it hasn't even been, and it has not been confirmed by like a scientist or a doctor as like this hasn't been officially.
It's confirmed by Nicki Minaj.
Word of mouth.
Nah. All I can say is that there are some side effects that some people experience, and you know that does happen, and you know to make light of it is maybe a little immature, but
it is a little funny though.
No,
but you understand for
that's a serious
swollen testicles. Like,
yeah.
I'm not. So I understand that there are like side effects that come with the vaccine, like mild symptoms of actual COVID.
Not just that, but then there's also reported cases of like heart problems in young males. That's like was reported by like
I heard of that. I think those numbers were quite low in the large scale of things.
Of course, no doubt. If they were high, then we wouldn't be it wouldn't be pushed out like this.
For sure. Yeah.
But
yeah, I totally get that, and I truly do respect and understand those symptoms, but I know bullshit when I see it, and this is bullshit. And let me welcome you to the M.B.S.
What's the motive? So what's the
featuring
motive?
Nicki Minaj?
What's the motive to lie that egregiously? Like, what is the motive to lie like that?
Oh no! I do not believe Nicki Minaj herself believes that she's lying. Like, she is not personally deceiving the people. This is something she truly believes, and you can easily see that in the way she's writing. And she is not lying in any sense of the word. If she was on a lie detector test, passed.
Right.
For sure, she believes this 100%.
Right.
That's why it's funny. Like, that is why it's funny. She 100%. She heard it and was like, "Yup, this is it." No, you ain't heard what my cousin's friend said.
Yeah, like it's literally he said, she said. Yeah.
Like,
so you're thinking it was just an unfortunate coincidence, more so than a probable side effect.
Yes.
Yeah. This is her cousin's friend bullshitting.
Trying to say, man, something happened, but it was that vaccine, man.
Let me explain, Brandon. Like, this man has to explain why his wedding was called off with his wife weeks before, nigga. You have to come up with something.
He's just like,
I don't know what he was on when he came up with this, because this was so wild. This is a wild thing to come up with, bro. Like, you know he got caught cheating. You know he got caught. Bro,
that's what happened. You think?
I don't know. I don't know if he got caught cheating or if he got caught with the STD. I don't know if he got because all we know is that swollen testicles are the symptom
Of what?
How do you
who
know?
knows?
Like, there are so many causes that can happen. Like, did a doctor tell him that?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know. You know, like if he was on the straight and narrow, and the only thing he's ever done outside of the norm was
Nicki
taking
Minaj's cousin's friend living in Trinidad Tobago is a straight and arrow dude. Man, I mean, if we're, bro, I don't know what world we're living in, bro.
I don't know, bro. I don't make those assumptions.
Man,
I can't make these general assumptions
bro,
about people, man.
I get that. You are a fair and true human being. You judge every man for what you see. That's wonderful, and God bless your soul. I'm on a podcast. I'm mostly bullshitting, and I'm here to make assumptions, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I am here to make assumptions, and let me tell you my assumption about this man, bro. Like, Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend from Trinidad and Tobago most likely got caught doing some foul shit. He did. No, I don't know exactly what, but I just have to assume it was some foul shit. It's something strong enough to cut off a wedding weeks before. Obviously, she's gonna cut communication with him and his family, which honestly gives him the luxury of detailing a narrative of his choosing, because his family, all they know is this. They may have gotten that swollen testicle information from a friend of a friend, and he might have had to switch up the story before it got to Nicki Minaj. But I think he just had to incorporate those two things in the story, create a nice little narrative, send it out, bro. I bet he's a good storyteller.
Was probably like,
I bet he is.
He probably told Nicki Minaj's cousin, "Hey, make sure Nicki knows this. Make sure my story is told to the entire world." By the time it got to Nicki, this was probably already like a legendary story in the little town where they was at. Like, this was all over the town. And this was just the one person visiting her family, just telling Nicki, "You wouldn't guess what I heard."
He's going to see witch doctors try to get it fixed.
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Yo, bro, but like, for all intents and purposes for this podcast, a mostly bullshit podcast, Solomon, I will not argue with your cap sniffing abilities. So I'm just going to agree to disagree.
Right. Yeah. You don't, please not on this case, bro. Please don't. This is.
I know you can smell the cat.
This is a man.
I know that's what's going on. You're like, I smell cat. So.
That's it. Yeah, my cat meter is off the head.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, for sure.
All right, but if you did get the vaccine and you are experiencing swollen testicles, I'm sorry that we're roasting you this hard.
Please see your doctor.
Yeah, please see your doctor. Don't tell your cousin don't tell your friend who is Nicki Minaj's cousin.
Tweet Nicki Minaj if you're experiencing.
She will get your story out there.
That's honestly probably the only person that can help you.
Oh man. Oh man. That was pretty cool. All right. So we can move on topics, I guess. I was gonna continue to talk about celebrities and their influence on society. I know you guys saw not at the Met Gala, but at New York Fashion Week. Russell Westbrook wore a skirt that you might see an old Amish lady wearing on Sunday.
Or like Yeah.
Or every day.
Or a Scottish
Every day,
person.
bro.
No, I just said Sunday
Amish
because it
ladies
was
don't go
light
to church
colored.
with your grandma.
Right. I just said, yeah, probably every day. You know what I'm saying?
That's the fit. That's the Tuesday fit too.
I just thought because it's a little more stylish than most
Oh yeah,
Amish
yeah, yeah. I guess
wear.
that it is okay. It's that Sunday morning drip.
Right.
In
It's the
Amish
Amish
attire.
strip. But
Okay.
he was rocking that little tan kilt. Um and a lot of people were sort of outraged by that. They felt that it was another example of possibly um people within the industry trying to promote an image of an emasculated black male or an effeminate black male, and that there's a lot of people who are trying to, not people, but there are a lot of um corporations and companies who are trying to showcase and highlight, uh, I guess, gender neutral, gender uh, non-conforming clothing
Mhm.
style. I don't think that's just particular to black men personally.
Yeah,
I think
definitely not.
I think everyone is trying to in some way hop on that wave. Like every race has somebody who's down with that. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
I don't I don't really think too much of it personally, but
Okay.
what do you guys as black males think about Russell Westbrook, wearing gender non-conforming clothing? And do you feel like it has like a larger implication on how society prefers to view black men in, I guess, how is it, how it's promoted throughout largely monetized media.
Okay. I mean, personally, I see no difference between a black male wearing like feminine clothing versus any other race. Uh, however, I think I, I think it's just more of a trend in terms of I don't think it's is it gender non-conforming clothing? Is it like is it
And
is that what we're defining it as?
That's how I defined it, just because it's something that is typically suited for a woman,
Okay,
but he's a guy wearing it,
I get
and
that.
we sort of something that, like, I guess a girl could wear too, and then it's like whatever. So
Yeah.
it's
I
just
mean,
like, yeah, what are you gonna say, Mike?
Russ has been known to like push boundaries though. Like this isn't the first like time
Mm,
he's worn like, that's like his whole thing. Why not is his like that's his hashtag. Um
mm,
so
mhm.
like I don't really look too much into it. Like Russell, he's gonna continue to be Russell Westbrook. Like we know what type of basketball player he is. Like I don't think it hurts his image in any kind of way. Um, all we really care about is like how he performs on the court, and he's aggressive. Um, the probably the hardest working player on the court. Like you want him on your team. So like I don't think it has any implications to his game or just black men in general. Um, just because like there's other things that that have like bigger impacts on us as black males.
Yeah, personally, I don't really care what Russell Westbrook decides to do with himself or what he likes to do. Like, I totally agree with you, Mike. Like, only reason I watch Russell Westbrook for real is to see him play basketball.
Mm.
Other than that, it's like, you know, I'll be exposed to what something Russell Westbrook is doing outside of playing basketball, but I'm not looking for it. I'm not turning on the channel trying to find out what Russell Westbrook is doing in his free time. You know what I mean? But that's just me. But we have to also be conscious that these people, while we see them as just a basketball player, a lot of them worship them as celebrities. And so they see what Russell Westbrook is doing, And there's a lot of maybe kids who worship Russell Westbrook as a celebrity and say, that's the kind of clothes I want to wear now, potentially. And so that's why some people view it as, you know, is it something that he needs to be more responsible for, that he's like a a leader and he's doing something that maybe a parent wouldn't agree with. So like a parent is maybe more upset because now because since they don't want that for their kid, they have to monitor what their kid watches even heavier than they
What's
did in the past.
Well, I feel like
Irresponsible.
that's just the responsibility of the parent then.
That's what I
Like
feel
if
like
that's what
too. You know what
they
I mean?
want for their kid, but like I also don't think I don't think kids should necessarily be censored like that.
Yeah.
I think kids should just be
Exposed.
just exposed to like whatever, because like I don't know, like some kids may feel comfortable in like that's just what they want to do. Like I don't think we should necessarily restrict them from doing it.
So
Just
is
let people
there
be who they want to be, like not uh like obviously censor some content from kids, like the mature content, but
Yeah.
there's nothing like explicit about what Russell Westbrook was wearing. Maybe like, okay, if your kid's watching, what was that, the VMAs, and Lil Nas is humping the air in a
right,
speedo, maybe you
right,
censor your kid from that because
yeah,
it's a little bit explicit. Not to say that like anything's wrong with Lil Nas, but like if that's what you want, if you want to censor your kid from like more sexually explicit innuendos and stuff like that, then yeah, just don't have them watch the VMAs or whatever show or whatever that was that he was performing on. But
mm,
I don't think it's up to the celebrity to determine like, oh, is this okay for kids to see? Just because I mean, I don't think even though like they got into fame however they did, like I don't necessarily think they're signing up to be anybody's role model. Um, so it's not necessarily their responsibility. I mean, some celebrities do want to step up and show themselves as role models to people, but like it's not necessarily their responsibility to do so.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like we live in a weird country where people are just able to do whatever the hell they want to do without repercussions. So it's like, as long as it's not necessarily harming somebody. So it's just so weird because you're always gonna have people who are, vehemently against whatever it is you're doing.
Always.
So
Mhm.
how do you deal with that in this country is tricky. It's very
I mean, it's
tricky.
I mean,
actually. I think it's really simple. I think it's all up to you and how you react to it.
yeah,
Um,
like obviously Westbrook doesn't give a fuck.
yeah,
So
it
like,
doesn't like Westbrook will not. It does not matter for Westbrook in the slightest. It only matters if somebody important enough in his life or somebody that Russ cares about notifies him of something.
Right.
But the only people who are actually impacted are the people who see it and I guess react in a certain way. I'm not exactly sure what way.
But that's
Um,
but that's good. If you really think about it, it's good for us because that reaction is going to generate revenue in some form of what capacity.
Sometimes it doesn't though. Sometimes it's negative. But yeah, I get that. That attention always will bring in money at the end of the day.
so I will say that like some Laker fans were upset, but in the aspect of they're like, why is he doing this? Just get in the gym and and work out. Like we're trying to win a championship. So like that's how like I've seen some Laker fans react. But I mean that's not from like a standpoint of like, oh, why is he wearing a dress? It's like just get like let's work, let's get ready
I
for
mean,
the
I get
season.
that, but like I see those comments and I feel like that's stupid as fuck. Like
Yeah.
24 hours in the gym, like you see a picture of him out, like
Yeah.
like
He's probably, yeah, because guaranteed, like he probably just came from a workout and then he
every
just
single
put,
nigga that commented wouldn't put up 2 points in a game to 11 with him.
yeah.
None of
Big
this
fact.
matters. None of
It's a
this
big
matters.
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean he could do whatever the hell he wants. It's just funny that, like, should we do we we're supposed to be accepting, right? But then we also have to just accept the fact that people are just gonna really hate on this dude for for doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
that's totally fine. That's
Yeah,
like that's if we are concerned about the people who are hating on Russ when Russ is not concerned about the people hating on Russ,
right,
we
right,
are losing time and breath. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
not it's honestly the people who will be most time consumed are the ones who are spending time hating. It's
Yeah, you
it's a
can't
time
spend no
consuming
time hating.
activity. It's exhausting. We've all been in this situation where we were haters. Don't lie. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? It's an exhausting task.
Everybody's been a
I
hater
can't do that.
before.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're from the Bay
I,
Area. You born with a little hater in you, like just a little bit, because you literally have two teams.
I
Like you're either born on the San Francisco side or the Oakland side, and you're rooting. You have to like
Yeah,
literally just growing up.
I've tried to remove the hater in myself, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's been hard.
we all work on it. It's a work in progress. Bro. It's a
that's what
work
I'm
in
saying. It's just such a paradox. Like it's like the haterism is being nurtured at the same time that we're supposed to be accepted. You know what I mean?
progress.
It's just
Yeah,
weird.
but in nurturing, the thing is, like with nurturing and being accepting, there's like a very like a specific way to do it. Like it's very like you have to have some finesse as a parent to kind of like provide context to certain things that the child may be exposed to and
Yeah,
potentially may not be ready for. Because I think that's what you're maybe alluding to, Brandon. Like in terms of like
I'm just talking about
having like
what parents
images or
might do.
sites that a child may see before a parent may expect or like would like that child to see that thing. It all depends on how like articulate the parent is with the child in like explaining context to a situation where like something is flashed in front of your face. It's truly on the parent, as unfair as it is, but like to be honest, the parent brought the child into the world, so this is kind of what they signed up for. So
I
you know
mean,
what I'm saying? I think truly the accountability lies, with all these public celebrity outcries. I honestly feel like it's just parents who are unable to articulate context to their children.
yeah, and I mean, you can censor, there's TV blocks, like you can block certain content, like there's apps to do stuff like that, limit their Instagram, you can monitor who they follow, stuff like that. So like if that's what you want for your child, yeah, it's definitely up to you to decide that and like not be pissed off at the celebrity for being themselves.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a lot, like because sometimes parents are in a tough situation where they're not able to be there for their kid
Oh, for sure.
as much as they would like to be, and they get upset that the outlets that they have, that they can provide for their children aren't necessarily um, looking out for the best interest of their children like they would have if they had the time. So it's like
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, like I don't think there's nothing like that's gonna traumatize the kid like in a negative way.
this
Like
situation, I
on
don't think so either. I don't think
unless they're like watching like fucking Game of Thrones or some shit and see someone's head get chopped off. Like that's something that could be traumatizing, like violent things. But just like just gender neutral type things are not going to like traumatize a child. They're not even gonna really know what they're not even gonna really know what they're looking at. Like they're just gonna be
It's
like, oh
literally for a child that someone playing dress up.
yeah, exactly.
it's just a
Like
lot.
they
No, I understand exactly what you're saying. It's just a lot that goes into that, and yeah, we just gotta break out of the haterism and be self accountable, in all situations.
Yeah,
these are
that's what I would say. So you want to go on to the next topic?
I was going to, yeah,
Yeah. So the thing is, we did talk about the game at the beginning.
the game. What? Oh, that's what you. I thought. See, I thought you were gonna talk about Nicki Minaj.
No, I wanted to put that in Mike's segment.
You were gonna talk about the game.
Well, honestly, like we could just freestyle this one and talk about like music. because
Sure.
we're the
What do you
thing
want
is
to
the
talk
reason why I
about?
want to the reason why I want to talk about music just because we're a couple weeks out now. Like,
Oh no, I don't
Oh,
want to talk about
is this
it.
not? Is
oh,
this a bad time? Is this a bad time?
so
Can I call back later?
if we could talk about it kind of goes back to the Met Gala, but AOC's performative. Did you guys think that was
Yeah, let's go there.
performative?
Let's go there real
Or
quick.
yeah.
Let's go there. Let's go there.
Brandon does not seem like he wants to talk
I
about
know.
it. He looks.
I
Do you see the amount of stress that
I
went on
was
that man's
stressed.
face?
I was stressed. I was
He was
like,
just
let's
like,
not
oh
talk. Let's
no,
not
what am I
talk
gonna
about that.
say? I have to say drink so hard.
Like, hell no, I don't. But no, like, I don't want to like me. I'll tell you right now, I don't prefer the owl over Donda, but me even talking about it is just counterintuitive to like the point I'm really trying to make. But I don't really want to talk about it. That's what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't
All
help
right.
me. It doesn't help me out trying to get my point across.
You know what? Let's talk about AOC. Let's talk about
Yeah,
AOC.
we can talk about it later, Solomon. I need to like formulate my words. So I can
Word. We'll
we
give you
need
guys
Kendrick
time.
to drop too.
This is the warm up. This is
We
the
need
warm up.
Kendrick.
No Cole.
Straight up, we need Kendrick to
Top of the
drop
morning. Top of the morning.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I guess one of the dresses that we saw at the Met Gala was AOC's Tax the Rich kind of dress in like, what was it? Would you call it Chick-fil-A font?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the main comment I saw.
Yeah. So
red
it
and white.
was all white with a little red on it, and like I think it was insinuating. I don't know, guys, but like I think it was insinuating blood money. But I don't know. I interpret art. It's a subjective thing. We see it from our own lens. But how did you guys feel about, I guess, that fit?
I don't know. How did everyone else at the Met Gala feel about it?
That's what I'm wondering, because she's literally surrounded by a bunch of rich people
Like,
wearing this dress.
Everyone in here's tax bracket more.
And see, the thing is, like, celebrities tend to be, at least like the ones that go to the Met Gala, tend to be a little bit left leaning too. So it's like, if they had a problem with that, like, it's their, like, the perception of them like decreases. But all of them were probably deep down inside feeling a little salty.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they don't care about being heavily taxed in their tax bracket, and they think that other people and corporations should be, taxed just as heavily, and they could lose the extra.
Citizens.
Yeah, they could.
Wouldn't that be a crazy idea?
What?
Businesses to be taxed at the same rate as like individual Americans.
Oh, bro, or just there not being so many exemptions, but there's a lot. Yeah.
I get that.
But Biden's trying to work to actually, well, apparently that's what he's trying to push, is like stop those exemptions on the rich so much.
Too many lawyers. This is like gone. You can litigate everything now. As long as you have the right lawyers, the world is really yours. But what's it called? I was gonna just mention, just to
read a book, y'all. Read a book.
I was just gonna mention, I think a lot of the celebrities there are more public facing celebrities. So I think it was a very safe move for AOC, because publicly, I would say at least a majority, I would say at least 70%. I mean, I don't want to say false numbers. I'm just going to say majority of those celebrities who are public facing always appear left, whether they truly are or just have a PR team working really hard to make them seem, accepting of all, the real money is all in the businesses. They're not really at the Met Gala looking all glamorous and shit.
But yeah, it was lame. It was super lame. Like, she was just trying to like look cool in front of everybody there because they might have, similar opinions or like promote similar opinions. However, that's around people who are also rich. So like somebody looking at it, like us looking at it from the outside, make those like connections like, yo, wait, tax the rich, but you're at this rich ass event. Like, what do you mean? Like, are you trying to be rich, or do you want to like hold the rich accountable. Like I don't get it.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, well, go ahead, Mike.
So I mean, I saw a tweet, just kind of giving like some context. So like when she first posted the dress on her Instagram, like she explained it was like a Black woman immigrant, that made the dress, blah blah blah. This is what it means.
Gotta have meaning.
But
Gotta have meaning.
yeah, but then like it turns out that like and like it was an immigrant, but it's an immigrant from Canada. So like when you think immigrant, like you typically think like, oh, they were coming from a less than favorable situation. And like I don't, while Canada may not be like the greatest country, like I don't think it's necessarily like a place that you need to escape from. Yeah, it's a great country, like universal healthcare. It's not a country you need to escape from. And so like, and the designer's like a millionaire, so like she kind of framed it as like, oh, I got this like immigrant, and she is a like kind of like not like a lesser known designer, like maybe up and coming, but like in reality, like the designer's already rich, and the immigration came from a really nice country. So
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just
know.
weird.
Yeah, like you said, she's an immigrant from Canada,
yeah.
a black immigrant. I mean, she could be a
But the thing is, she could
descendant
have
of a
become
slave
like
or
she is.
something.
Yeah, she could be descendant of slaves, or she
Yeah,
could.
no. Like I'm not saying that like that she didn't have to struggle to like come up, but I'm just saying that like Canada
It's still maybe
is,
deceptive, Mike.
huh?
It may be deceptive. Like in
Yeah,
terms
yeah,
of where she really came from, what her roots are.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's deceptive. I don't want to go that far because I don't really like for a whole bunch of reasons, but mainly I don't really like comparing people's struggles. But I do, like I said, overall feel like it was lame. It was a lame thing
yeah.
to do.
I get that. Yeah.
To try just because of like the event it was at. It was just like, why do it there? That doesn't make any sense. Like that
And
just
like
makes
the
me
thing is,
feel like
everybody already knows what your like stance is.
Mhm.
Like there was no need to necessarily do that.
I think personally, it's. I think her intention here was. I'm trying to like. I try to see like what the intention of people are, and I think her intention here was attention. It wasn't necessarily to. It was just mostly to spread the message, spread the word. There were more eyes on this than there has been on any of her messages in like the past 4 to 5 months. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of see it from that lens, and it makes sense. I mean, her being in a room full of rich people, yeah, that's a thing. But if her purpose is to get her message out there, you do it by any means necessary. And so I get why she did it. I mean, it's just the way could be
Yeah,
definitely
like
done a better
I don't think she had bad intentions at all. I think it was just, yeah, it was a little extra.
lame. It was super lame. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like why here and now? It looks like you're just trying to be cool. Like you're not trying to like actually get this shit done. You're just trying to, have somebody say, "Oh, I agree with you." You know what I'm saying? At the Met Gala, you want a celebrity to come up with you and say, "Oh, that's right on, sister," or something. Something
you
corny
notice
too.
she didn't have any, like I didn't
Somebody,
see any pictures of AOC with any other celebrities.
right?
Like,
She wants
like
somebody. She wants somebody to say something
She
corny
went
back
right
to
up
her.
to the just the photo booth area, and then just said went right back home.
yeah, she
Yeah,
just standing there, and no celebrity said, "Hey, let's get a pic." Like,
Um,
because they
good.
saw it was corny too. Probably they're like, "This is corny. This is super corny."
Yeah.
yeah. So do you guys want to get into it?
Oh man, do we have time?
I mean,
I
probably
don't.
we should save this. We should save this. I think this will be a very great discussion to have. I think it'll take a long time, and I think we can save it because it's the same discussion. We can have the same exact discussion in a week.
I would, Mike. I really want to wait till Kendrick dropped to have this actual discussion because
Oh, okay.
I really don't want to compare Drake and Kanye, two people who are at two different points in their careers. Like Like me, what I personally think is irrelevant in my opinion
Oh,
to
for
the
sure. I mean,
to the
we
value of
believe.
to the true value of this conversation. Like if we're really gonna talk about
You think
who was
time's
doing
gonna provide
more
value?
at the same point in their career, then we can have that conversation.
Yeah, because technically Kendrick and Drake are probably in the same,
Yeah,
They're
they're
in
the
the
same.
like
same
they're the same
generation,
career. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
career track, but Drake and Kanye are not. But if we
gotcha.
want to compare where Kanye was at when he was Drake's age, let's do that. I'm down for that. I'm down to make that. I'm down to
Kanye's
make
coming
that
out younger
comparison.
though.
But
Kanye's coming out.
me having a personal preference on these albums is not. I don't
I
think
mean,
that's
is Kanye really that much older than Drake? Like,
Oh, for sure.
like 10 years
oh
older
yeah.
than Drake.
Oh,
For
okay. Yeah.
sure.
12 years older than Drake.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah, we can table that discussion. I
Let's.
think we can just compare, like it might be just like a yearly wrap up discussion of all the music that
I
came out.
I think that's a good one to have. Like once
We could make it that a full episode thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
for sure. But
End of the
just
year
those two
special.
albums, like we're not gonna get anywhere with that conversation about which one's
I get
better.
that. You think it's just
Cause
gonna be back and forth? Do you think like
it's
Kendrick will
just
balance this conversation out then? Do you think is
yeah,
there a
because
place to compare? Is there a place to compare Kendrick and Kanye?
is there I mean Kanye's changed his life. Kendrick's an old school Gemini, you know, like they're not the same. They're not the same anymore.
So not comparable.
They're not the same
We're
anymore. That's what he
we're
said.
unable to compare
That's what he
music.
said. I'm just saying Kanye was
All right,
not
then
was
let's just have a discussion of how we
Kanye.
appreciate the art when the time comes.
Drake had
We
to
should
leak the
actually
diss
discuss
track.
about how we should talk about it.
Solomon. Drake had to leak the diss track in order to create smoke. Kanye did not want smoke, but Kendrick is looking for smoke. That's the difference. It's the total difference. It's like
Wait,
Drake's gonna have to put on mute.
what
Like
was the diss tape
once
thing?
Kendrick to come out, like I feel like Drake gonna have to come out. Like he gonna have to like
Come out?
You gonna
he
you
got
gonna
to
have to
drop
hop
it.
on some features or
Deluxe
something.
coming out?
He gotta go in his
Hey,
bag.
40.
He gonna have to go in
Hey,
his bag.
hey,
He like, you know what? Them things that we was holding for the Twilight tour, we got to bring them out.
hey. Hilarious.
The songs we was holding, we got to get them samples cleared, bro. No, no.
Man,
I'm
that'd be
waiting
good.
for
That'd be
that.
good. All right. So we'll
I'm
we'll
waiting
wait
for
on
that.
that. We'll table that, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. So I mean, what else is there to talk about? I'm not sure if I got anything else to talk about. I think
I mean, we've gone for about an hour like we usually do.
yeah. So yeah, I think that the Nikki, we probably went on a loop with Nikki. Nikki's just thank you for making my week, Nikki. Great.
Apparently she's still wilding, like she's retweeting like Tucker Carlson and shit.
The tweets are like, I think like she made sure like when she tweeted them, she was like, my tweets are still standing. Every single tweet I tweeted, I never deleted. Like
Yeah,
she was
you got to take me off of Twitter.
yeah. I think no. I think that tweet might have been taken down, but I'm not sure.
Let's see.
We'll fucking see. The Nikki Chronicles will continue next week. I'll provide a short update, you know, because I'm invested.
For sure, for sure.
All right.
Mike, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I'm good.
So I'm good as well. As always, thank you for listening. If you enjoy the podcast, please be sure to hit us up with a like, subscribe to the channel. If you follow us on Instagram. I don't even remember what our Instagram at is.
M.B.S.podcast.
M.B.S.podcast on Instagram. So yeah, and then what are we on? What are we on YouTube? Is it mostly BS Pod? I think.
Oh, that.
I mean, if they're watching us right now, they on YouTube already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we right here. Welcome. Save it. Bookmark it.
Do observation, Mike.
Send it to your friends. Send it to your mother's friends. We're very genuine, good people who just bullshit sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
Mostly
we're
bullshitting.
mostly bullshitting, but shitting is spelled with a number sign and exclamation point.
Gangway. Yeah, you know what it is.
Yep. Yep.
There's a name for everything.
For sure. Well, I'll catch y'all later. Y'all be
Word.
smooth.
Yeah, have a
Yep.
good one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.